And we are back for Funsie. I know you guys missed us. It's been the busiest time of each and all of our lives. I feel like it's the funniest thing how busy we are. But we have a very special edition episode, and that is because it is a Sajko-centric episode. So if you hate Sajko, click off right now because you're going to hear about everything Sajko. Yeah.
I would say not just Sajko oriented. I would say that Josh also had something massive happen in his life since
What?
we last
No, he
recorded.
didn't.
Okay.
I'm just joking. I was hoping you guys would pick up on that.
He's just joshing.
Yeah,
Just
it's
joshing.
where do we even start with all this?
Congratulations
Thank you. Appreciate it.
to Josh.
Okay. Well, yes, I texted Josh separately, and I congratulated him just to, even amongst all the crazy stuff that was going on, I'm like, yeah, this dude has got something going on in his life as well. So, like,
Yeah.
it's huge. A giant milestone in any person's life.
That is true. Yeah, my firstborn is here, and it is crazy. I still got to post YouTube videos though, otherwise people are gonna think I'm washed.
Oh well, that's because you are, dude. So
Yeah,
no, I'm
true.
Dad
True.
life. It's downhill
So-
from here.
So obviously, before becoming a father, I'm sure you have all these ideas. Everyone's sharing all their ideas of like, hey, make sure to do this, or like, hey, don't worry about it. Compared to what you thought it would be like prior. Wait, no. Let's reword this. What is it actually like compared to what you thought it would be like?
Being a dad?
Correct.
I would say that I feel like I've heard a lot of times where people are like, when you hold them for the first time, it's just a completely different kind of love. And I don't know, I loved her a lot before she came out, and when she came out, I loved her the same. Like, I don't know, like, do people not love their babies before they're already out? Like, I was so confused. Like, I literally just, when she came out, I literally started bawling. Like, I was crying more than Macy. Macy had to comfort me, which was really funny, but had to make it about myself somehow. But yeah, I just that was a big shock for sure, because I was just like, yeah, I love her so much, but there wasn't anything like crazy. I was just like, I have a kid now. This is really cool.
Yeah, that's very cute.
It's kind of tripping me out. You're just a dad.
And the way that you said that, I was like,
when we started this podcast,
everyone's...
you were not a dad. Like, what the heck?
True.
This is gonna be a historical archive.
That's how life goes. Yeah, so what is your routine like now? Because obviously you can't be doing everything as freely. You would have to check in with one person directly in your life, and now it's two people. How is it balancing that and getting used to it?
Can I go to the disc golf course?
Pretty much. Yeah, no, definitely. I wouldn't say we've settled into any kind of routine yet, because she's so small yet that everything is changing hourly, or daily. For sure. Pretty much, where it's like one day one thing works, the next day she doesn't like that anymore, And so, I mean, I will say for certain, like, everyone's like, you don't get any sleep. Yeah, that's just facts, Like, it's just impossible to get sleep. We've heard a lot of sleep when she sleeps, but she just sleeps so inconsistently. So we've kind of tried a little, like, taking shifts kind of thing. So I don't know. That's worked so far. Who knows how long it'll work. At some point, hopefully she starts sleeping a little bit longer. Yeah, in terms of, like, I mean, YouTube, like, pretty much any second that either she doesn't need me or my wife doesn't need me, I'm just editing right now. I actually haven't, like, played a regular round of disc golf yet since she was born. And I'm planning on doing a video called "I Tried to Quit Disc Golf for a Month," and then like essentially, partially announce her birth in the video, and then I haven't played disc golf in a while, and see what kind of effects that has on me after a long extended period of time of not really playing much disc golf. So yeah, I don't know. It's definitely, I wouldn't say there's a routine yet. I'm definitely worried for like when I have to take care of her and also try to make videos and my wife isn't there. But it's like nice when she's asleep. She's just right next to me asleep, and I can just do whatever I need to do. I mean, I can't go play disc golf, but I can edit, which is a lot of what I do. So it's really not that bad. I mean, I'll be completely honest. There's hard moments, but it is not as hard as I expected it to be.
Okay, cool.
Granted, I am the man in this situation. So,
Valid,
there are some things that my body is not physically capable of doing that I don't have to do. So, take that with a grain of salt. I'm trying to make sure. I tell my wife all the time, like, if I'm not doing enough, let me know. Or, like, if there's anything I can do for you, let me know. But, we're figuring it out, and it's sick. It's crazy. It's definitely a wild experience.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of parenting, I'm sure there's ad nauseum number of books that are out there that are telling you how to do it, what the best way is. At the end of the day, it's just about doing it and figuring it out. And I mean, it sounds like you guys are doing the best that you can, and it's going to be an insane journey. I'm sure like half of it is it's fun to, I mean, you have this person in your life now that you're trying to grow into like a full-blown human being, but it's also the challenging aspect of it of like, how do we do it the best that we can and make sure that we're, I don't know, like trying to balance that with us staying sane, I guess, or like not like necessarily like sacrificing every single part of ourselves, but including them and just trying to mesh all these pieces together.
Yeah, it's definitely a balancing act. I feel like the biggest balancing act I'm realizing, at least now, is like I've thought a lot about there's a hair on my thing. Distracted. I've thought a lot about like how to raise, a child of mine in a way that would make them into like a respectable human, like a human that I'd be proud to be like, that's my daughter, that's my son. But I haven't thought about the aspect of literally keeping her alive. Like that is a big thing, at least right now is a big thing, and will be a big thing for the foreseeable future. Like it's raising someone is keeping them alive for the first 10, 18 years of their life, whatever it may be that they need to be kept alive by their parents, and then also making them into a respectable human that you be proud to call your daughter or son, and then still having my own life and my own aspirations. And like right now I haven't had to worry, like she's not sentient, so the big priority is just keeping her alive. But at some point it's going to be like, how do I involve her in this? Like I think that's going to be the key to all of it. Is I've always been a big culprit, or like very susceptible to, if someone's excited about something, it is so easy for me to like get caught up in that and get excited about it. And I think it's going to be the same way with my spawn, like if I'm excited about something, like I would expect them to at least be semi-interested in it. And like, so I'm so excited about disc golf and YouTube, and I'm very passionate about it. So I would be very shocked if she doesn't want to be involved in some way, and that just ideally would make it easy for me to continue my hobby / passion, because she would still be able to be interested and hang out and come enjoy it as well.
Yeah, right. I think every parent kind of subtly hopes, they're like, I mean, you can go do your own thing and I'll be supportive, but please have some sort of interest in what I'm into, because it'll make it more enjoyable for everyone in some respect.
Yeah, I guess I can't assume that she'll be interested in it, but I'm assuming that she will.
Would be cool. I mean, it's important to be a parent, but simultaneously, if you can be friends with your kids in some regard, that's huge, and that's what everyone is striving for.
Totally.
Yeah, good for you guys. It's well, I mean, you also kind of expected this sort of stuff too, where you talked about you're like, disc golf's going to be different for me coming up, and like trying to figure out that new relationship with disc golf.
Yeah, especially when, I'm taking care of her by myself at some point. Like, if I need to go film something, it's not just like, all right, Lainey, chill at home.
Yeah.
It's
Anyways,
gonna have to be like
here's some Cheetos.
Yeah.
You'll figure it
There's
out.
food in the fridge. Change your diaper if you need to.
Yeah, get a job.
It's gonna have to be finding the times where my wife is home for me to go film, or when my mom's over, or my sisters, or ideally not a babysitter, but potentially a babysitter or daycare or whatever it needs to be. It's just for sure a life shift, life change, but one we are very excited for. So
I can imagine. Yeah, congrats to you guys again. Oh, people may have noticed. People may have noticed if they're watching on video that I'm in a new room. It might even sound different right now because there's not as many things in the walls currently, but we're working on that. So I'm in Charlotte now.
First thing I noticed was you have like more headspace. You don't live on a third floor with a roof.
Yeah, that is nice. I mean, it goes way up now, which I'm obviously stoked on. I'm not squeezed into a corner. But yeah, we are in Charlotte, and I started my first day officially of full-time work at Another Round today. So
yeah, dude,
we're in it now.
That's nuts. I saw you already got an ace too.
I did already get an ace. First shot.
Real?
What? Which was hole 2. That gap is stupid. I was like, I recorded hole 1. I was like, let me just do like a front 9 or something. So that's Sajko Creek. For anyone that has been there, I've heard everyone have horror stories about Sajko Creek over and over. And when I posted that clip, they're like, hey, be careful out there, man. That's the one actually that for whatever reason, whenever we would ask people that come on the show, like, hey, what's your craziest or wildest experience or something weird that someone said when you're out on the course? And I think like 2 or 3 of them from people, I know one was Joe, one was Braden Sides, and maybe someone else I'm forgetting. We're all at Sajko Creek. So I was fully prepared, and the course is insane. It's really nice, but yeah, cool that I could get some sort of ace going in there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But a week ago I was in Connecticut. Well, I guess a week ago yesterday. Pack up everything in a U-Haul, and then normally it's like 12 hours to get to Charlotte from Eastern Connecticut, and it ended up being, we had a 20-foot U-Haul.
Sheesh.
My car on the back, and then my wife drove behind me. And then my in-laws came with us, which was very nice. It was definitely appreciated the help lifting some of the heavy stuff together. And it took us 15 hours to get to Lynchburg, just because you can't go above 65 in that U-Haul. Otherwise, you're shaking all over the place.
Yeah.
So it's pitch black trying to get to Lynchburg, and it was rough. We finally got there. Did like the final 3.5 hour stretch to Charlotte from there, and to the moment that we pull up, we go to get the keys from the people that are leasing out the place, come back. All of the Another Round boys pull up simultaneously, have not even been in the space yet, and they're like, oh, are these your neighbors? Like, nope, that's my coworkers. They're just like, yeah, boy.
That's awesome.
That's
really
awesome.
kind.
It was very kind of them. But I was like, I haven't even been inside yet. I need to make sure there's no dead bodies or just a pile of cockroaches or I have no idea what. But everything was all good inside. Neighborhood is great. It's a 13-minute walk for me to get to the shop, which is ridiculous.
No way.
Yeah.
Are you gonna walk in?
That's pretty sick.
Or you could bike maybe?
I didn't this morning because I had to be there for a specific time, and I'm probably gonna drive again tomorrow because I don't have keys yet. I'm gonna get keys tomorrow, but after that, dude, yeah, I'm gonna walk in, and then eventually once I recoup some savings after spending a bunch to move down, I'll just like zip right there, which
That's
I'm very
awesome.
excited about.
Yeah, dude. That's so. I'm intrigued. Have you guys come to an arrangement of like you're gonna be in the shop from a certain time to certain time? Like how did today go down? What were you doing?
I was kind of going through some typical deliverables and things that we have going on in the future, but there's just so many things. It's hard to really cover it all in one sitting. It's going to take, I think, like weeks to like really have a good feel. I mean, every person that works full time at Another Round is wearing multiple hats. So I have like a good idea. Like for now, I'm going to be the person that is just posting full time on Another Round. Like the account is mine now for the foreseeable
Wow.
future. So I'll be
Wow.
doing that.
Yeah, I saw that collab post. I was like, nice.
Oh, I could have done that before. I just never try to make it
No,
about
no. I mean,
me,
I
typically.
wasn't like, oh, Sajko's doing this. It's like, I
Oh,
was
well,
like,
it was
oh,
just
that's
perfect
sick.
timing. I was like, yes, I didn't even start my first day yet, and I already got an ace. So yeah, doing that gonna be.
You have to do the classic Joe from now on. You got to comment on your personal and then comment on Another Round. That's like one of the funniest things that Joe does. He's
Yeah,
like,
I'm
"Yo,
glad you
this
noticed
is
that.
insane." And then Another Round's like, "No way!" And it's like, Joe, we know it's you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's. I mean, it's kind of like the passing of the torch to a certain degree. I don't, obviously, he's still going to be a part of that and helping with everything. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of me. It's going to be YouTube that I'm working on. I already have like 3 videos I have to do. Some like different updates to the website. So we have some like, I'll call them like headers. They're like rotating panels that you can click on that haven't been updated in like a year, just because it's certain things fall to the wayside that aren't nearly as important. So I'm going to be working on some of those, just a bunch of graphic design and
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
editing related things, man. On Friday, we're going to go, we have like a really cool opportunity to, someone in town has this like screen or something like that serves as like a video surface. So you can have this like giant screen behind someone that's like in the foreground. Like say they're doing something and you could play all this stuff behind them. We're going to mess around with that and try to be doing some stuff with that I can talk about eventually. But
Yeah, you're
pretty
like,
much right now,
you're like
it's day
dancing
to
around
day.
what you're gonna do for sure.
Well, yeah, because like I have like a decent idea, but I don't really. It's going to be me
Fully know
figuring it
yet.
out like over the next few weeks. Like I know immediately the things I have to work on. Like I know tomorrow I'm going to be helping Kyle do a Whatnot stream at 11:30, I think Eastern time. So if you guys, or not you specifically, but if listeners want to go in on that for any reason, of course you're more than welcome to join us. But this place is honestly better than I could have imagined. Coming
That's
down
amazing.
here,
I'm glad
these
to hear
guys,
that.
these guys are great.
Yeah, I love Charlotte when I went down.
Charlotte is really cool, but to actually find like a nice neighborhood and feel like I've talked about people that care, and it's cool. Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
of course I'll miss family. Like that's really the only downside, I suppose, is just that, like family and friends. But everything else here, I'm like, I would always joke before that living in Eastern Connecticut, like if you had to go to the store, it's like playing the Oregon Trail or something like that, where it's like, I'm going into town. Does anyone need anything? And now it's like, oh, I could walk to a grocery store if I really wanted to.
That's really cool.
That's so funny.
So
That's nice. That's nice. And now,
Keep
now you're supposedly in the disc golf mecca as well. So
I am. The courses are good. The
Yeah.
courses, they all look kind of samey. Honestly, I guess maybe
I've
that would be
noticed
my
that.
one. That'd be my one complaint, I suppose, is they all sort of feel the same. But
yeah, from what I've seen of clips on Another Round from like Joseph or whatever, I was like, at one point before I was in the know, I just assumed they were all on the same course because they look the same. Big
Absolutely.
trees, kind of tight, kind of
Mhm.
sandy a little bit. I feel like not a ton of grass.
Yeah, the only main one that I haven't really played, I haven't played. I know you played Hornet's Nest before, and I have not played that, but I did play Nevin and get my butt whooped.
Dude, yeah. That is a hard course. I haven't played the like regular layout. I would like to play the regular layout at some point. But
Oh, you played
I'm
played
sure.
pro, like pro
Yeah,
tour
I
layout.
played, the only time I played it was when I went out there for the Pro Tour Championship, and so I played the like pro layout, and that the pro layout at Nevin is the hardest disc golf course I've ever played, hands down. The only thing that's come close is
crazy.
The white tees at Eagles Crossing, which is also just really hard. So
it's so tough because I'm a better disc golfer than I was at the time, but in my brain, the hardest disc golf course I've played is New London. Old New London Tech now, the old layout, but
yeah, I've played the new one, and I've heard from some people, Foundation, that it's harder, and that was not harder, in my opinion, than Nevin or Eagles Crossing White. But
okay, there we go.
You know, old layout might have been harder. You know, it just depends. Who knows?
Oh, I was probably just soft or something like that. Like, yeah, I'm not too proud to say that, but it definitely kicked my butt at the time.
It's a hard course. I'm not trying to say it's easy by any means. Any means. But that's how I feel.
But yeah, we out here.
So
we're out here, and I look forward to seeing people.
What did you do today?
Had a meeting first thing this morning. Didn't meet until 9:30 a.m.
Okay.
They're all kind of like later people. I'm like, yeah, I'll definitely be there at like 7:30 a.m. moving forward. Just be clear. There's not like strict hours of like be in this time, done this time, like a typical office-ish job. So, as long as you're getting your work done. So I did that, and then I edited a bunch of clips for Instagram. So that's probably how I'm going to start a lot of my days, is just doing shorts that'll be uploaded to various platforms moving forward. But for now, Instagram and such. And then made a graphic for the Fox that released today, and I put that up on the story with a link. After that, I started working on editing some of those headers that I was talking about that are going to go on the website.
Yeah.
So I'm also going to be working on like email related things. So maybe there's like 3 emails a week that people get. I'll be doing like a lot of the design stuff for that and working on those. And then after that, we got lunch, and then we went to go record. So for anyone that knows the Carolina Clash A tier that Kyle does every single year here, we did some promo for that. So Kyle and Joe played doubles at the front 9 of Scrapyard, and they were wearing the sickest hockey jerseys. We have these another round of hockey jerseys that are going to get announced soon. Maybe some people don't think they're sick, but Avery and we love hockey, and he's been designing these for a little bit, and every single time I'm like, I need one of these. I don't care. I mean, I will tear down the entire building to find one. So they're wearing those and just showing off some discs that are going to be part of like the player pack, and just trying to build hype around the event, and just have some YouTube content. So after that, yeah, day's done. It went by insanely fast.
Yeah, that sounds like a dream day, honestly. I want to work in disc golf full time.
It's pretty good. I mean, it sounds like Joe is going to be doing a lot of let's say there's like a big release that's coming out. So, for example, the Zone SS is a drop that is doing insanely well right now. It's hard for people to keep them on their shelves. So a disc like that, I think Joe would be pushing mostly, like doing content with. And let's say in the future there's other brands that are like, hey, we want to do this deal with you if you throw these discs, yada yada. Like maybe I would take that on or something, and I would do some content with them. So another thing yet again that is up in the air of like, we just got to keep pushing on these things day to day, and then I guess go from there. Until it starts happening.
You'll find your little spot in the another round universe. I mean, sounds like you have enough work to do right now, and sounds like
without a doubt,
a lot of it is stuff that you could easily do week by week. So it's not like you don't already have stuff to do. I'm sure you'll expand in some areas and maybe decrease in some areas as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of me sitting at a desk or throwing, which is really not that different from what I was doing at my day job. It's just all for the sake of disc golf now.
Which is pretty legendary.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan for sure.
What about your wife, Kiara? Was she able to... I think you told me she found something, but was she able to...
For listeners, Josh has held up a Level Up Luna, which is a stupid... highly sought after disc right now. Yes, my wife Kiara is she got it just worked out so perfectly. This is one of those examples of like, we'll figure it out. But then you're like, hey, cool, it worked out. So one of her coworkers was like, hey, I know someone that lives down in Charlotte and works at like a daycare place. So she contacted her and was like, okay, yeah, she can come here. So when we went to come look at houses, she was like, yeah, it's not a job interview, it's a meeting. So I dropped my wife off and she goes inside. She's in there for an hour and a half. I'm just sitting in the parking lot, and I'm eventually like, I drop my wife off in this strange place that I have no idea about. I'm like, I'm going in. Dude, I just come right in the door. I'm like, where's my wife? And she's just right there. But it was awesome. It was just like honestly a super nice place in a very bougie little neighborhood. And she's going to be, they're matching her pay that she made in New England. And super grateful for that, because when you come down here, honestly expected that there'd be some sort of pay cut, but not the case. So that's it. Another perfect example of just like, hey, send it and hope it works.
Yeah. Dude, that's really cool. That's awesome.
Yes, so that's what she'll be doing. She's getting her fingerprints and stuff done today. And otherwise, yeah, it's nice to have a space that I can do yard work, I guess. Like, just little things like that people are like, hey, cool, that's sick, I guess, good for you. But for me, I'm like, it just makes me feel good to do that kind of stuff outside.
Yeah, it's so sick how in Charlotte you can just rent a house for what it costs to rent an apartment in
No kidding.
Massachusetts.
Yeah, it is nice. But enough about me. Ben, how goes it?
Whoa. Me?
Yeah, are you in Michigan
Dude.
right now?
Goes good. I don't know. Life's good. Tour's been great. I've been just overall super happy and just enjoying being on the road. Still filming for Ricky, which is super cool. I don't know if you saw, he posted another package on. So yeah, it's just been a lot of cool stuff going on. I actually hired my first employee for the expo, so I'll be working closely with him to try and make it even better next year.
Who is
you
it?
guys know him, Pete Collins, 3 Pete.
Oh,
nice.
no way.
Yeah, you know, it's just a perfect. He's a really good guy, super wise, super passionate, and just like, I don't know, really nice.
Uh-oh.
And that's kind of like
Uh-oh.
what I was looking for. Like, I don't ever
Well,
want to work with someone.
That's the issue with Ben on
my
tour
goodness.
is
The
his
Wi-Fi's-
Wi-Fi likes to go out.
No.
Sorry, Ben. Oh,
I'm back.
oh wait, you're here.
I'm
Ben,
back.
do you hear us?
Okay, yes. I was gonna say I don't ever want to work with someone like because I'm super picky. I don't want to just hire someone just to hire someone and then like because working together is just a whole different thing. You see a whole different side of a person. Turn out to be terrible. So, you know, I really had to like really think about kind of like who I wanted to hire because I knew I needed an employee for this upcoming year just to like have me I dubbed him the CEO of fun. I think there's been times where I've been so focused on like business side where I've slipped on other things such as sponsorships. Like I've been terrible at getting sponsored for the expo because it's just like last on my list, but he'll be helping me with that. CEO, but mainly he's just fan experience, vendor experience, just making everything more fun, more entertaining, thinking of stuff like that. So super excited about that, you know, he just seemed like the right guy. We have a lot of same values and beliefs, and I'm super excited to kind of like take that journey of having an employee, which is like the
That's
weirdest
huge.
thing ever. But
Yeah.
it's like, I told him, I was like, in our email when we were going back, I was like, listen, Pete, like, I worked with my dad and still do, but like obviously for 4 years I was full-time at Ben's Taco Shack. I was like, I worked with my dad. You know, there were some great times working with my dad and some not great times. And I was like, just think of it as I'm your nephew, because he's like, I don't know how old he is. He's at least 50, maybe 60. I have no idea. Pete, sorry if I did you dirty. But he's at least 50. But I was like, think of it as like you're working with your nephew. Like, it's going to be super fun, but there's sometimes things that your nephew does that's going to annoy you. So I set that out right away, and he was like, "Yeah, like I understand that as long as we have a open communication." So, line of communication, and that's really what I want because I just know how business can get. And I don't know. I'm just excited. I think Pete was like the most perfect guy I could have working for me. So yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
So,
Pete is very nice.
that's-
It was very pleasant to meet him down at Disc South.
Just south. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
What a guy.
he just. That's another thing. When I always talk about just like opportunities, and obviously Sajko, you're the biggest showcase of the kind of like fruition, bringing things into fruition, and like taking your opportunities. Pete flew to Disc East and Disc South on his own dime, paid for his own room, helped me, he helped me pack bags. Like obviously, if you're an attendee, you like that's the reason I didn't pay for his room or anything. I wasn't expecting him to like be an employee or help me, but with that, I saw like, wow, like this dude really cares about the expos and the shows, and he like helped me a ton. And then he came to Disc South upon already coming to Disc East, so that's when I really started thinking like, he might be that dude. But I don't know, just like I was saying, that sowing that seed, it hit him putting in that effort for free, and showed me like, okay, like I gotta take care of this guy. So, and now we're working together.
That's great. Yeah, he so is it doing essentially what you're doing, but it's another set of eyes that's helping you do it?
No, like I my focus is more going to be getting all the vendors there because we moved Disc East. It's at the Marlboro Royal Plaza Trade Center, and it's massive. Like it's like 48,000 square feet, one big room. So it's a whole different ball game. He, like I said, his biggest role is just making his fan experience, making sure that goes well, the mini putting, like everything but really just anything. He'll be my right hand man. Like I said, sponsorship execution is one of the things that I laid out for him. Like, one of the reasons I think I haven't done great at getting sponsors is because I've been too afraid to let people down. As corny and weird as that sounds,
No,
but like I hate the fact that like in disc golf, it's like you pay someone $1,000 and it's pretty much never worth it. Most cases, in my opinion. Other than like your name gets out there or whatever. Like that's one thing that I'm always like so that's why I've never really pushed for sponsorship, because I'm like, I want there to be value there, and I don't want them to be like, okay, here's hypothetically like $1,000, and then they don't get anything. That makes me feel so, and they feel like they didn't receive anything. I guess that would make me feel worse. So I just am like, okay, I don't care about the $1,000. Like, I just don't want sponsorships. I don't want that pressure of letting anyone down. But now Pete, I'm bringing on Pete. That's another big role of his is going to be sponsorship execution, making sure that the sponsors get value, but also that we execute every deliverable. Okay, and my wife went
I
out.
gave it a moment.
Seems that Ben maybe.
I'm back.
Ben's back.
Okay,
Send it.
And then I was gonna say every deliverable is met. Like everything we laid out in the contract is met, and that we go above and beyond that. So that's kind of another big thing that I brought Pete on to do, is just like execute it. Now I'll feel more comfortable getting those sponsorship, because I'll have, like you said, an extra set of eyes whose sole responsibility is making sure they are happy, making sure the fans are happy, vendors are happy, sponsors are happy. Well, I'm more so the vendors, but so
All right. This will be
my
edited
Wi-Fi's
out.
out again, guys. Sorry,
Ben.
this podcast.
Oh,
Sorry. Obviously my Wi-Fi keeps going out, so sorry to our listeners. Yeah, I probably should stop talking because it's probably just chopping up. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to tell Pete, give him his flowers. Super excited, and other things just like reaching out email wise to potential vendors. But main things is just the fan experience and sponsorship experience is his main goals.
Yeah, that seems like a really smart thing to pass off. I have massive props to you for being able to recognize that those are things you should prioritize enough to have an employee to do those things. And Pete seems like a good guy to do those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
And honest,
Really
I appreciate that. And honestly, another thing is,
Yeah, simultaneously,
I am just
I also
such a
commend you
softie
because it's
when
not
it comes
like
to the
it's easy
business.
to do that.
Like,
You know, to pass off the reins on something that you've spent so much time investing in this product that is your baby, where it's like, oh, you know, I don't want to necessarily sacrifice control, but like I'm at that boiling point where I need help or I want help.
yeah, I mean that's how you grow a business. You see, you know, Joe. I don't see you guys slowing down, especially if you're focused on YouTube. I think Joe's not Joe, like another round. I know Joe's the main, but I think another round is going to make way more profit because of you, in probably even more than your salary. You'll probably pay for your salary, and I think that's just because, you know, you need people to grow, and I think them focused on more content on YouTube is really gonna pay dividends for them. And yeah, that's why I brought him on. And I was saying before I cut off, I was saying that I don't know if my Wi-Fi hours people can hear. So it might be so screwed up because it records my local file and it might have you guys talking. But I was gonna say another reason, a selfish reason that I brought him on is because I'm like a big softie in business. Like I kind of like I can let people walk over me sometimes. So it's gonna be nice to have kind of like an older guy that can be like,
No
hey,
nonsense.
like no.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So that is another thing where I told him like, yeah, I need you to be kind of like that guy that like, you know, shuts things down.
Yeah.
Because I'm too afraid to.
I'm kind of the same way, except I just like I'm getting to a point where I have a good grasp of like what I'm worth or like certain things that I should say yes or say no to. But at one point it was just like I have no idea how much I should charge for X or, you know, what I'm worth, what my time's worth, you know? Like I just didn't even understand what I should stake my claim to and be like, yeah, I deserve this much money or this much whatever. That's been my biggest issue. Is I just don't even know. I can't double down on anything because I don't know what to double down on.
Yeah, it's a dance. It's not like there's some perfect answer of knowing when to push or when to be conservative with certain things because, you know, it's business. Like, you don't want to step on toes, but sometimes maybe it's necessary.
I'm sure for your salary, being that, like, essentially head creative of another round, like, I'm sure you were like, I don't know. Like, there's not a lot of comps in the sport, especially for like retailers. Like maybe Infinite Discs, you could be like, oh, Tyler Ray Brickley, that guy, you could ask how much he makes to be their social media manager. But like other than that, there's no place you could be like, oh, this person makes this amount of money, that's how much I'm worth to another round. You know, like you're pretty much just shooting in the dark at that point.
Yeah, to put it in a manner that it reveals almost nothing. I know what I was making at the time, and they provided a number, and I was like, it needs to be a particular number to make it worthwhile for me to go.
Oh, yes.
And yeah, so we came to an agreement that was perfect. I mean, it works out well, and yeah, obviously being in business, you also have to, you can't, like Ben's saying, like you can't always do everything safe. Sometimes you gotta stretch yourself to like a certain degree to be like, I don't know, I hope it works. So that's kind of like, to be clear, everything is good and fine, but obviously I want to make them investing money into me worthwhile and to push it to that next step. So there's not like there's pressure on me because I'm confident and I feel like I have a lot of good ideas that I can integrate, but I want to make sure that I'm like, boom, like I'm here and I'm doing it and people can tell there's a difference.
Yeah, totally.
Well,
I think the biggest
good thing
step is consistency on YouTube for another round. I think that's the space that needs to be
I think that
into.
is. I think that's the space that takes them up the next level to, you know, really be like a juggernaut. Yeah, and obviously they are like a huge already, but I think that'll help them even sell more plastic. But I was gonna say, and the cool thing is you have something tangible to like obviously your first year salary, like you're gonna take every single opportunity I've gotten in disc golf. I've literally taken like the lowest pay or just worked for free just to prove myself. So obviously but the cool thing is you have something tangible, at least with revenue, YouTube revenue. You'll be like, hey, I'm making you guys an extra whatever that you would not have had in the future if like there's comes to like contract negotiation, stuff like that. So I think that's pretty cool that you kind of have that, at least something that shows the value monetarily.
Yeah, it's cool being in the same room with people where you feel like you can freely talk and you're not being, I don't know, roasted, or you're just kind of like talking like friends. It doesn't feel weird to be like to talk about some of those things that might typically be uncomfortable, but they are very necessary to talk about in whatever relationship you're in. Ben, you were there at Idlewild, and I got to watch that entire tournament because that's what allowed me to survive driving down. Anything that you feel like you could talk about that hasn't been talked about probably through like most platforms that do podcasts? Because I mean, you're right there. You're Gannon's right hand man. I mean, like, what was your experience through all that?
Yeah, I mean, do you guys have any questions? Like, obviously, I have a lot I could say, but like, it was stuff that might have not been covered. I don't know. If you guys have any questions, maybe that'll help me. Well, I will say, I guess, going into hole 18, I think I mentioned this on Second Sense, we were pretty comfortable with being one down just because the round before, Paul released early left and Gannon piped it, so we kind of felt like that was going to happen again. Especially, if Gannon was up first and Gannon pipes it, then, that's a lot of pressure. And that did end up happening. Paul did leak early left. He just didn't hit a single tree. So I guess that's a little to peel back the curtain of kind of like our mindset going into 18. Like, we felt obviously like not great, but like better than usual. It being in a down one on 18, because we're like, I mean, he really super left yesterday, and this is even more pressure situation. It's just, sometimes the champ gets champ love. So it didn't end up that way. So it's just so funny how disc golf is like that. You can work so hard a whole tournament, and then one thing at the last second dictates everything. So it's just crazy. But with that being said, obviously I'm a huge Paul fan. Like he's a really good guy, awesome dad, awesome role model. His wife Hannah, I'm really good friends with. She's super cool and kind to me. So I'm not saying that I am so upset Paul won. Like, now that Paul won, super proud and happy for him. But in that situation, obviously I want Gannon to win and Paul to lose. But now that it's shaked out, it's like, super happy to see the GOAT win again after 2 years.
That was one of the most entertaining tournaments I think I've watched in recent memory.
Dude, I know. It was nerve-wracking.
Funny enough, that week, Joe got a butt dial from Paul Macbeth, and Joe was like, what the heck? Picks it up, and he's like, hello? And there's nothing there, but he just hears Paul like playing with Pablo and just like kind of baby talking for like 30 seconds, and then finally Joe hangs up, and he texts him. He's like, yeah, I just wanted to let you know that you butt dialed me, but also that was the cutest 30 seconds I've ever listened to.
That's hilarious.
It's like, yeah,
that is
like,
funny.
is that a plane? Just it's incredible.
Yeah, Pablo loves planes.
I saw people commenting on Idlewild and being like, this was a more entertaining tournament than Worlds, because Gannon kind of just ran away with Worlds pretty much. Yeah. I guess it kind of got a little close at the end, but not really. Like, it was kind of a wire-to-wire win almost.
It was back. Yeah, it was back and forth. I mean, Gannon was up one stroke with like, I don't know, like 3-4 holes to play, and then he
then he doubled or something, right?
Then he doubled. Yeah.
What'd you say?
I said, and then he doubled. Yeah.
Yeah, that was brutal. I was watching live. I'll be honest. I wanted Gannon to win Worlds, but watching Idlewild, I was cheering for Paul. Don't tell Gannon.
You can tell Gannon. I was rooting for Paul. I'm sorry. I still love Gannon.
I'm dude.
Gannon
the
just
whole
won
country,
so many
everyone
times.
at Idlewild was rooting for Paul. It was just
Yeah,
palpable.
like-
You could feel it.
It's awesome. Like, Gannon's so awesome, and he's literally so good. But, like, he's won so many times. Like, I'd wanted to see Paul finally get one after literally, like you said, 2 years. Like, I just wanted to see it. The storyline is, honestly, and, like, I've seen some people say this, and I think I agree. Like, Paul winning is just typically good for the sport. Like, Paul is where, like, who most people idolized when they first started playing disc golf. So as much as he can be in the headlines and potentially win something, like, that's just potentially bringing people back into the sport. Wait, has Discraft done like a Idlewild disc for him yet, or no?
I don't know, but I know Discraft has also been dealing with some other things currently.
What?
That's
You
not
don't
like
know
some weird.
Jay Miller?
Yeah, that's not some weird behind the
Oh,
scenes
the AI
sort of
stuff?
thing.
Yeah.
People. Do we want to talk about this at all? I have no idea if other podcasts have already touched on it.
I know Disc Golf World made a video. I haven't watched it yet, though.
Do we have any thoughts regarding AI, which feels like a very touchy subject?
I
you
know.
guys watch
It's
tackle
crazy
in
how
disc
it's
golf?
such a touch. I was gonna say I don't. It's crazy that it's such a touchy subject. I never expected AI to get this much backlash, but I can understand for art. I don't think using AI art for AI is like tasteful, and like you can just tell. Like it's cool, like when local clubs whatever use it for like their flyers or whatever, but you can just tell it's just like it's just tacky. So for art, yeah, I'm definitely against AI. But some people are against AI for like cool things, like where I'm like, that's a head scratcher. Maybe I'm just more so of a guy. I don't know what the word is. A future guy. Like I'm excited where it goes. No. I like AI.
Oh,
saying.
yeah, true.
Old school. I was saying, like, I think it's cool that we have the things like, dude, Photoshop AI is like revolutionary.
Yeah, it's so good.
And I'm not saying I'm not using AI to create my thumbnails. I'm saying like it's to remove stuff, or like sometimes if like Gannon's elbow is cut off, I can literally just add his elbow. It's like the coolest thing ever, and the stuff like that is
super useful.
amazing for Photoshop. But like I do agree with if it's like making it for art, it's just like, and yeah, I guess the whole thing is that it steals from a bunch of artists because it's using other art. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I have some mixed opinions. Like,
Mine's mixed too. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, that's
I don't
why
know,
we're
like,
talking about it. It's a
I'm
tough
really
subject to tackle.
I'm really like AI. I think is really cool. I think it's really helpful, but I do think there's pitfalls at the same time. Like it's taking it's nice, like it's taking jobs, but it's also taking jobs. You know, like it's making things easier, but yeah, it's taking away people's jobs. And then when it comes to art, I'll be honest, like I liked the Labor Day stamps. Like I didn't really like when I first saw them, I did not think AI at all, you know? And like I now looking at them, I'm like, "Oh yeah, maybe AI." But like at the end of the day, how I feel is like those just felt like more stock stamps. Like it feels like a stock stamp. I'm not that upset about AI doing it. So like did you guys see Julio's response on Instagram?
I did, and that's why
Julio.
I brought it up tonight.
It's so funny.
I saw his. I mean, that's not. Yeah, his first name's Bob, but I watched that, and he was pretty much like, "We still have all our artists. Like, we're not cutting artists to do this AI." Like, I didn't end up finishing the whole video, but pretty much my understanding was it was like an artist used AI or something like that to help or whatever. And like to me, that just doesn't feel like an issue. Like I feel like there's a place for it, honestly. Like, as long as they're still paying the artists and putting out a lot of stamps that are like regular, really cool stamps that artists are making. Like, these just felt like run of the mill Labor Day stamps. Like, why can't AI help? That's how I feel. I don't know. Maybe that's a hot take, but I don't see that much of an issue with it. I don't know why people were so up in arms about it.
Yeah, I view AI as like a tool.
Yeah, it's
And
a
like
tool.
like a lot of modern tools, I think it's really easy to abuse those. Like I personally don't use AI for anything, but I'm not going
Yeah, me
to
neither.
fault other people if they choose to use it in a, like I said, like a tool. I feel like that makes sense. But if obviously there are people out there that are just full blown using it to create whatever sort of thing that they want to, which feels a little cheap. But I just find it more so bizarre. And this is not a dig at Discraft. It's just like you could tell in their commercials that have been on like Disc Golf Network that they use like AI voice in like all their Discraft commercials and like the Ken Climo stuff. It like very, very clearly is. And like I found it strange that like this is the one thing that people are like grouping in and just latching onto and really giving them a hard time about. Because I'm sure like they're not the only ones to do that. They're just someone at the top of the sport that is doing it. So maybe more eyes are on it. And yeah, I don't really know, but you know, Discraft acknowledged it and made a video about it today, so now it makes it real.
Yeah.
So it welcomes a lot of people to just
people are upset. People are really upset. Like I think I'm in the same boat, sort of. I think if you're using AI to do a full art piece, that's just, I don't think that's good. But like if you are using it, if an artist needs it to like, you know, draw me a pattern or something.
Here's how I think it can be used. I think that if you have an idea in your head and you're like, oh, like this would be a cool stamp, you use AI, have it mocked up, and then you show that to an artist, and the artist makes it into reality. Like, I feel like that's a really good workflow use of a tool.
Yeah.
Like, if you aren't the artist yourself, but you have an idea of a cool stamp, have AI do it, show that to the artist of like, hey, this is kind of what I'm looking for, and then the artist can take their creative liberties with it. Like, I feel like that might be a good workflow. And, you know, flame me in the comments if you think that's incorrect. But if it's a tool, I feel like that's a very useful way to use it.
No, I think I like that because like now, like I'm a terrible drawer, but I'm a super creative guy. Like I have these ideas in my head that like to get them out on paper, I can't do, but to put it into something and I'll be able to visualize it more and tell you more what I want. But what I was saying, like more so like was just like, I don't know, not the full scope, but like if it was like the shirt design, if it was like make me a few cool shirt designs, and then that's a part of the design. I think that's okay. I don't know.
Yeah, I think those are all pretty
Over the stamp, I'm saying if the stamp was a human being, and then that's what I'm saying. Not like make a shirt with AI. I don't know.
It's just an aspect moving forward that's going to become more and more prevalent, and I'm sure more and more difficult to recognize, like not even just in this, but our daily lives. And I think it's up to each individual person's discretion whether or not they will use it or support it or do whatever they want to. But whether we like it or not, I'm sure it's going to be becoming more and more present, like I said, of every part of our lives. But
yeah, there's definitely going to be some AI commission at some point that regulates AI use in whatever. Government
more than likely
controlled.
Any closing thoughts for you guys?
My computer's about to die.
That's a good one.
That's my closing thought.
Ben, anything from you?
No. No.
Big ups to the boys. Congrats, Sajko. I look forward to hearing more about how work at another round goes, and I look forward to seeing Ben on coverage this weekend. Ben, can you get me a power up buzz, please?
Probably not. Just because I don't wait in line for those either. I don't know. I have a personal feeling about, I don't know. I think it's a cool collector, but for me personally, like, I don't think I can ever resell it. I know that's not what you were asking, but I'm just saying, like, that's why I don't wait in line for those things.
I
It's
throw
just,
them. I'm not a collector.
Yeah.
I'm throwing these discs.
Well, it's also, dude, you should have seen Level Up Luna line. It was 2 hours long. Like, I had to go with the game.
Wild.
Like, I'm not waiting. We're not waiting in that, you know? That's the main reason why I can't. I'm not going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Makes sense. Well, if you find yourself getting your hands on some, let a homie
Yeah, if
know.
I'm able to. Yeah, if I'm able to, for sure, but.
Or those
chances
Lunas
are
with
most likely
their
not.
faces on them. Those were cool too.
Oh, those ones are pretty cool. I don't know.
What'd
Let
you
me
say?
know in the
You said
comments
they're
below.
terrible?
Oh, I said those ones are pretty cool, but I was gonna say
terrible.
no, pretty cool. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think, because this is something I've always like debated on, like me personally. Like, is it okay to like buy a disc? Like, I'm not saying I think it's okay if you're like a fan of the game, but someone like me who's always at the tournaments and always have access to these things, is it okay if I were to buy a disc just to slowly flip it? Or is that something where you're like, no, like, don't leave that to people that actually have have a chance to get it? I don't really know. I've always kind of like stayed away just from flipping discs. Just because, I don't know, I just think it looks bad on me personally if I were to do it. But I'm just saying, I'm not saying that for people who do flip it. I think it's a very lucrative thing, and I think it's awesome. Like, people buy my Expos VIP discs and just flip them, and then they get into Expo for free. I think that's a super smart business move. I'm just saying, if I started doing that, selling them for flip price, it'd be like, okay, wait, just because I have access to them. If that I didn't fairly wait in line or anything to get them. I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah, I feel like you're
I hear you.
in the situation of like Ledgestone or like a manufacturer. Like, those manufacturers know when they're sitting on some gold line disc and they can't sell it for that like, they have to sell it at face value. Like, I feel like you're in that situation. I feel like the loophole though is Whatnot. Like, I feel like where you get into hot water is listing it on Facebook and saying, hey, buy this for $150. But if you're on Whatnot and you're like, oh, I got this, and you're not like, you know, hey, you guys can buy it for $20, or if you bid it up to $100, like, that's up to you guys. Like, I feel like that is a compromisable position. That's at least my take on it, because that does not feel like you're trying to flip it, you know? Like, you're giving them the opportunity to buy it, and if it goes super high, it goes super high. But feel free to let me know if I'm being stupid in the comments.
Hey, no, Josh, you're being stupid.
I think Whatnot's fine.
Playing.
Like you said, if you just buy it and like just have it. But yeah, I'm saying more so like post it on Facebook. Like, I don't know, it just feels weird to me. Like, for me to post like, hey guys, I'm gonna scalp you. Here, like, I'm selling this for $150.
Thank you to the fans. Appreciate everything you do. Anyways, buy this disc.
Just for me personally. That's why I'm saying. I think it's fine for like other people to do it.
Yeah.
Just me, or like if pros do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, I'm gonna outro because my video's frozen. Josh, congrats to you and your family. Ben, I always enjoy following along every week with what you're doing. Hope you're enjoying it out there. Thank you, everyone, for following along. Hopefully, we'll be putting out an episode next week. Until next time, Funsie out.
Bye, Funsie.